Today we'll discuss about latest Infosys interview experience. So this experience was for the role of systems engineer and the package was 3.6 LPA and it was conducted on 10th January 2022. So without wasting any time, let's move to the first question. So the first round was the technical test in which we were asked about aptitude as well as some MCQs of DSA like and some also of SQLs or Dbms. So after clearing that, you get the technical interview opportunity and the time allotted for this interview was 19 minutes. So the first question was he asked me to introduce myself. So whenever in most of the interviews the first question is to tell me about yourself and you must introduce yourself in a best possible way because the first impression is last impression. So you must start your interview with a very good and confident voice. The second question he asked to me, what are the programming languages that I know? Okay, and then he asked me about C and C++. What is the difference between C and C++? Because I have mentioned in the resume that I know both of these languages. Then he asked me what are OOPs. Okay, so I would like to mention that please prepare in detail of all the languages that you mentioned in your resume and OOPs feature that it supports. Okay, so the next question he asked, what is encapsulation, and please explain with an example. So I had to explain with an example also. The next question which he asked, to write a code to demonstrate how inheritance work. So you have to prepare all the coding also of OOPs concept, how to implement them, right? And then he asked what is polymorphism. Then you can well define polymorphism if you study well about OOPs. Then he asked what are joins. And the next question was, what are different phases of Sdlc? Sdlc stands for software development lifecycle and it is a part of the software engineering. Okay, so you have to well prepare software engineering core subject, then you would be able to answer all such type of questions. Then he asked about waterfall model in brief, again software engineering. And then he asked difference between black box and white box testing. So all these questions were basically from software engineering, and the whole interview was total mix of software engineering, data structure and algorithms, some questions from data structure and algorithms, and some question from OOPs and some question from Dbms. So it was all mixed. And the next question, then he moved to HR question because it was a 19-minute interview, and this was both technical plus HR. So he moved to HR question, and the first question was like, are you willing to relocate or not, right? And probably you would say yes, and you should say yes. And the next question was, can you work in shifts, right? And then he asked, do you have any questions? So in this way the interview went away and reached the end. So all the questions, so can we can level all the question between basic to medium level, and I told you what to prepare and what not to prepare in this. At last I would like to give you some tips for the interview that are very important for any interviewee. So the most important tip is to start with a good introduction and be confident throughout the interview, because confidence matter most. Even if you don't answer some question, if you are unable to answer certain question but you look confident and you answer confidently the other questions, then your selection has a greater chance. The next tip I would like to share, that you should prepare everything that is mentioned in your resume, because your resume is your reflection to the interviewer, and you have to prepare each minute detail like projects, like languages, like technology that you have mentioned in the resume. You must prepare concepts very thoroughly. You don't need to read about very advanced level, but you should also read basic to medium level. Okay, and the next tip is prepare Dbms concepts like transaction, concurrency, protocols, like entities relationship, all that, referential integrity, what is a primary key, what is a foreign key, all that concept you must prepare. And next you must prepare SQL queries, because some of my friends got question from SQL also. And then you should prepare all the major sorting and searching algorithm, what is the time complexity, how they work actually, So you must prepare all these also. And at last, you should prepare basic SDLCs. Just at the end of the interview, he asked, do I have any questions or not? And as I already told in my previous videos, you must ask at least one question from the interviewer, because this shows that you are really interested in the job. Okay, so some examples of question, like maybe what kind of projects you will get after you get selected, okay, and what may be the joining date, or how was the interviewer experience in the company. You can ask such question, because that makes feels the interviewer that you are really interested in the job. Okay, so thank you guys for watching the video. I hope this is helpful for you, and best of luck for all your future interviews. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, to stay updated with such latest videos. Thank you.